Greetings, my friends. Please consider supporting me in my war to save pop culture by subscribing to my channel and possibly even becoming a channel member for exclusive videos, access to Doomcock emojis, and more. And if you like this video in particular, please consider using the new Super Thanks feature and putting a tip in the tip jar located next to the like buttons down at the bottom of the video. Thank you for watching, and now, on to the video. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my hidden base at the center of the Earth, and I am here today to discuss the coming woke purge at Disney. For almost 2 years now, I have been reporting that Bob Chapek was committed to two things: to ending the abuse of fans at the hands of woke agitators within the company, and to purging extremist woke elements not only from the company, but from the content of Disney. Check out this video recorded on August 25th, 2020, a link to which I am including in the comments section of this current video, in which my Hollywood spies revealed Chapek's long-term aim to bring Disney away from the fringes of woke political discourse back to the sensible center. Many of you out there, myself included frankly, thought that Bob Chapek had sold out, buckled under, bent the knee, and wimped out when he apologized to the Disney walkout wankers for not furthering their propaganda against Florida. In short, angering Governor DeSantis and getting Disney reviled and rebuked all across the country. I couldn't believe that Bob Chapek would fail so spectacularly, and yet a well-trusted, long-time source who has strong connections inside Disney has stepped forward and revealed something that frankly stunned me. It appears that Bob Chapek is playing a spectacular game of 4D chess in all this. He has had a plan all along, and that plan is finally coming to fruition. Chapek never lost sight of his aim to free Disney from the tyranny of the woke wankers that Iger embedded inside the company, but now, begun, Chapek's revenge has.
Dude, I gotta say, in the last few months, a staggering amount of damage has been done to the Disney brand. And you're saying that this was deliberate? That taking on this amount of severe damage to the brand was Chapek's plan all along? That kind of blows my mind, dude.
As incredible as it seems, Harvey, this is indeed what this high-level source is claiming. This source has always been spot on in the past. This is one of my best sources, and what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by my Hollywood spies after a 4-hour interview with that source. Most of what we were told is off the record, but that said, what I can tell you is startling. So buckle up, folks. The ride gets bumpy from here. At this point, I must state that what I'm about to share with you is information provided to me by an individual claiming to have knowledge of the situation inside Disney. But since I cannot personally verify this information, I must present this as unverified rumor, and I ask you to take it with a grain of salt.
I can't wait to hear what Chapek has planned for those woeful wankers of wokeness. Details, Doomcock. Spill the details of the coming woke-pocalypse.
And so I shall, O Skull of Calderon. And by the way, I do not appreciate what you did to my video yesterday. You shall pay for that affront once I decide a fitting punishment.
I'd be quaking in my boots if I had any, you swaggering, overbearing, tin-plated dictator with delusions of godhood. Pray, continue.
Very well. This source begins as follows, quote, "What is in motion at this moment started before you gentlemen were told woke is no longer welcome. This company is a for-profit business and will be run as such. And as you were told, we know how to get people to out themselves. Let me take a moment to fully explain that. These SJWs, as you gentlemen call them, know how to hide when they are questioned on certain subjects. They know the right responses, what to say so they can continue to fly under the radar. I'm not going to go into great detail on the ins and outs of what we have done because there are still ongoing, let's say, operations. Unfortunately, we had to let some of the content out for public consumption, and while it was a tragic loss of time and money, and it upset fans to the point they have moved away from Disney and no longer trust the brand. It was necessary to get the roaches to come out of the dark holes, as one might say, unquote.
Now hold on, Doomcock. This is already kind of blowing my mind. So is this source saying that Chapek or his proxies actually released the reimagined videos, that they leaked them? That it served Chapek's interest to expose Disney's dirty woke laundry to the world? To what purpose? The damage has been nigh unto existential.
I will let this source speak for themselves, but you must understand the extent of the damage at Disney. The real damage to Disney is in the form of entrenched wokeness inside the company. Wokeness that was embedded by Bob Iger over many years of hiring. Iger wanted Disney to be as woke as possible due to Iger eyeing a presidential run in the Democratic Party. He felt that Disney being woke would bolster his credibility within the party. Sadly for Iger, woke was merely a sick phase that the left was going through at the time. But many center-left classical liberals are as sick to death of wokeness as we are, and the party is officially turning away from embracing this radicalism, which they know is a loser in the ballot box. So it was all for nothing where Iger is concerned, but consider. With that many radical woke nut jobs deeply entrenched inside Disney, they were like a cancer slowly eating away at the company, and like any tumor, it had to be cut out for the patient to live, and any surgery is painful. Chapek knew that the only chance of Disney surviving was to take on the pain, to endure the trauma of the surgery, and excise the wokeness from Disney. But let this source continue in their own words, and all will become clearer. In response to what was just said, my Hollywood spies asked the source, quote, "But Bob is given in to the mob. What's to stop him from doing it again?" To which the source replied, quote, "Did he give in to them? Or did he tell them exactly what they wanted to hear to embolden them, to make them think they were now in charge and it was safe to pull their mask off?" Unquote. Here are the facts, people. Facts that may confirm what this source is saying. If Chapek had, through weakness or wokeness, willy-nilly damaged the Walt Disney Company by allowing these things to happen, wouldn't the Disney board have allowed his contract to expire and sent him packing? A lot of the creatives wanted exactly that to happen. They were complaining about him nonstop, blaming him, trying to make him bend the knee, trying to make him look bad with leaked stories in the lamestream media. They thought they were breaking Chapek, but in fact, Chapek was exposing them. Chapek was giving them just enough rope to hang themselves. Chapek had two aims here, as far as I can see. He wanted to demonstrate to the board how damaging this kind of political extremism can be if embraced by the Disney company. The theorem, get woke, go broke, had to be proven by allowing these wankers to have their way. Well, they had their way, and now Pixar is broken, Lightyear is a bomb, Florida is an enemy, traditional families have abandoned Disney due to their leaked, not at all secret gay agenda. The board has seen for themselves that the wages of woke are death. And so, what did the board do? They backed Chapek completely. Chapek now has free rein to implement his plans for the next 3 years. And what is that plan? Pink slips, my friends. Lots and lots of pink slips, or as I would call them, pinko slips. I am informed that many more less high-profile firings have already taken place under the radar, and a lot more are on the way. The Disney board has always been a key to Chapek's success or failure, and he couldn't move as freely as he wanted to without their support. Well, now, Bob Chapek has the board's support, and heads will roll. My Hollywood spies asked this source about the board's support. Quote, "According to you, the board didn't back him last time. What's changed?" The source replied, "We have a trump card now." My spies asked what that trump card was, and the source continued, quote, "Let's say it was a gift from a certain governor that has Disney scared out of their minds. Oh, and the fact that Universal just got the biggest win in history. There are plans to build a bullet train down the East Coast. I can't get into details yet, but it just so happens it was going to stop at Disney. We are talking walking distance from the park. Well, would you know, the new stopping spot just happens to be right next to Universal. This was announced about a week ago. To say the board was not happy is an understatement, unquote.
So once again we see the wages of woke are death. Go woke, go broke, Disney. Chapek had to prove it to the board, and now the board is convinced. So what's Chapek's next move, Doomcock?
According to the source, quote, "We are not done. Heads will roll. We are just getting started. There's more to this, but at this time I can't go into details just yet," unquote. The rest of what we were told in that 4-hour interview is off the record, but consider, when you have a network of traitors, you need to expose those traitors before you can know who to purge. Chapek appeared to capitulate to their insane desires to not only prove to the board how disastrous these woke policies are, but also to embolden these undercover wokies, to get them feeling comfortable exposing themselves. Allowing the Disney walkout was a perfect step in this procedure because everyone out walking exposed themselves. The roaches scurried out into the light, and now those little pink slips have some nice targets to land on. People, Chapek is playing a very high-level game here. It's easy to be angry at him. God knows I was appalled when I saw him bend the knee. But if this source is correct, Chapek was crazy like a fox. It was all part of the plan, and over the next 3 years, wokeness will be purged from the Walt Disney Company. We are winning, my young Jedi. And so, I counsel patience. Let us see how the next 3 years unfold, but in the meantime, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha